Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. So, today, given all the concern and everything that's been going on with this coronavirus thing, we're going to help you. In my last MacGyver's Workshop video, me and Daddy Tech Ant said a few words, and we're trying to remind folks, don't panic, don't be stupid, don't go out and try to buy all the toilet paper in the world. And if you buy all the toilet paper in the world to sell it and make money, then that just means you're a douchebag. But that's another story. However, there is something to be said about good practice, best practice in your home, as far as, I don't want to sound like a prepper, because I'm really not a prepper, but it never hurts to be prepared in that, keeping food, storage, and things like that. So we're going to go over a couple little things today that aren't just important in times like right now, but they sure do help, and you're glad you did them in a time like now. But these things can also work for you in day-to-day life when everything's normal. So stay tuned. All right, everybody knows what this is, right? That's a refrigerator. And over here is a stove. That's what's used for a thing called cooking or baking. Now, some of our younger viewers may not exactly know what that is. They only know what that is, which is a microwave. I'm just kidding. I'm being funny. But anyway, your regular refrigerator sees use all the time, especially if you got a house full of kids and young ones and all that. Everybody's in and out of that refrigerator. If you can swing it, okay, it's never a bad idea to have a second one, okay, where some of your long-term stuff goes, or you can store your drinks in there, and then just keep what you use in and out every day in your regular refrigerator. Now, I know not everybody can do that, but if you can, that's not a bad idea. And then the other thing is to always maintain a well-stocked pantry. Now, I also understand not very many people have a big pantry like this. However, you don't necessarily have to. Most folks have cabinets. When we built our house, we didn't do cabinets because my wife is like 5'1", so it made more sense to do a pantry. So basically what you want to do is have dry goods, like your canned veggies and things like that keep for a while. Okay. You want to have like flour, sugar, brown sugar. So in the event that you can't get bread, then you can make your own bread. And there's a bunch of recipes out there online where you can even do it in your Instapot, or your slow cooker. So, it may not be the pretty white Wonder Bread that you get at the grocery store, but it will be bread. And it's not hard to make. You can't hardly screw it up, so it's real easy. And then stuff like broths, chicken broth, beef broth. You can throw cheap, crappy meat into a stew pot and let it cook for an hour, and cooks low and slow, and throw some broth in there, and toss some veggies or something in there, and boom, you got a dinner. Okay. Then you can also do your pastas. Those things keep forever. you know, and every now and then, mostly we make our own tomato sauce because I'm a Dago. What can I say? But we still keep a bottle of jarred pasta sauce on hand just in case. And then these things here, you can't go wrong with these. These little potato packets of mashed potatoes. You get them in all different kind of flavors, buttery, roasted garlic, all that kind of stuff. These things keep forever. And it's always a good idea to have some cooking oil, some EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil. That's great for sauteing stuff and cooking. And then a neutral oil like canola or whatever to cook with, and then maybe some peanut oil if you're into lots of fried chicken and all kinds of good fried foods like that. And then, oats, grits. That makes for a good breakfast. And then you got some more boxed potato stuff. And places like Aldi's are really good to find things like this, and they're not expensive. They're very, very, very reasonable. And these things are awesome. These little packaged rice meals. You can just add some hamburger to it, and boom, you got a meal. And let's see, we got a couple different kind of nuts there, we use when we chop up and put in a recipe, but I wouldn't say the average person needs that in their pantry. We're foodies and we bake and cook all the time. So white vinegar and apple cider vinegar, those are two very important items to keep in your pantry or your cabinet. And then, of course, again, this is foodie stuff. Hot sauce, A1, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, malt vinegar. I love fish and chips. And then your mayonnaise. These kind of things. If you have these items, then it's a 5-minute look on the internet, and you can make something regardless. Even if you burn water, if you can follow instructions, you can make stuff. And then paper goods. We've got paper towels. I get paid once a month at my work, so we have to go shopping once a month. So every month we go and do a big grocery shop, and we get the big giant economy size thing of paper towels and that sort of thing, and then the toilet paper, and extra soft drinks if we keep those. And then the other thing, when you're looking for toilet paper's been a big thing here recently. So I wonder if a lot of people don't realize this, because I went to Gordon Food Services, or GFS, and they have the big giant economy size box of commercial toilet paper, and it's not the sandpaper stuff. I mean, it's still decent. It may not be like your frou-frou toilet paper that you're used to, but hey, you're wiping your butt. What are you going to do? So, not many people know about that. And then facial tissue as well. That's handy and can be used in a pinch. And here's a little secret tip. If you let it sit in the commode for a few minutes before you flush it, it will already break down and it won't clog your drain up. So, that still, it's not a good idea to flush that sort of thing. But if you let it break down ahead of time and soak in the water, then you stand a better chance. So, anyway, so that's what our pantry looks like. And then our lesser used storage stuff that, Tammy will ask me to go get because it's on the top shelf. So, if you have these few basic items, then, to us, it's, this whole thing so far hasn't been a huge hairy deal, because, we keep a stocked pantry, and, we don't hoard, we don't stock in, you know, crazy amounts of food, but we do buy for at least a month, and we keep a few things extra that we'll keep. So in the event of a, you know, a tornado or something like that, and it knocks power out, you know, we got canned veggies that we can cook over the gas. So, you know, and if you have a barbecue grill, you can use your barbecue grill to cook stuff. It's easy. So, anyway, that's our pantry. Okay, so let's say you've either got your one freezer stocked up with stuff, or you're going to stock up your one freezer or your two freezers, one or the other. Well, if you're looking at long term, beyond, say, a month or two maybe, it's a good idea to vacuum seal your meat. And one thing that I've heard from a couple of people, and you have to be careful, is that you actually want to pre-freeze your meats for 1 to 2 hours before you actually vacuum seal it. So now we have our vacuum sealer here. You can get these for about 140 bucks at your big box store, and they come with a roll, and they come with usually 2 sizes of handy pre-made bags. Okay, and then there's a little spot where you can write on it with your Sharpie the date at least, and then what it is if you can't see what you've already got in it anyway, because it's a clear bag. Now this one that we bought came with 2 different sizes of bags. So then also you can buy refill kits that come with different size rolls that make different size bags, and the little pre-made bags. So now what I'm going to do, the other thing to think about in this time when everybody's going nuts and buying out everything in the stores, you go in there and the meat case is empty, okay, except for a few maybe crappy cuts of meat that nobody likes. So, you know, protein's an important part of your diet. So in big box store like Sam's or Costco or whatever, look at this big giant box of beef patties. All right, is it organically raised, blah blah blah? No. Okay, but it is protein, I can assure you of that. So, but with a big giant box like this, we don't want to be going in and out of it in the freezer all the time, okay? Because that big box will take you some time to use. So to ensure that it stays, this stuff stays fresh and doesn't get freezer burnt, then what we do is put it in your little bag here, and you always want to make sure that you have 3 inches above wherever your product is. And then you just drop it into your little thingy here, and they have a little groove. It's called a vacuum chamber. And you close your lid, turn it to on, and do vacuum seal. Then, when it pulls the vacuum, it stops and then seals the bag. And we'll wait till this light goes out when it's done sealing. And voila. And you go to open it up, and vacuum packed. And what this will do is this will prevent your meat from getting freezer burnt. So if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think this will keep for what, 6 months? I think so.
3 months on regular meat.
Yeah, 3 months if you don't.
But it's best not to store it in your regular meat container.
Right.
Not even the box necessarily, but when you get me with the
least it'll-
cellophane over it,
Yeah.
unless you're gonna use it right away.
Unless, right, then you at least need to put it like in a Ziploc bag or one of these.
So we're doing 4 patties at a time because that's a pound of meat or a quarter pound. So anytime I want to make spaghetti or whatever, I have, it is patties, but it's gonna break down in the skillet just the same.
Yeah,
Because we
Yeah.
cannot find hamburger meat anywhere.
yeah, as of today's date, yeah, we haven't been able to find any ground beef anywhere. So,
Of course, it's just 2 of us, it's on last
well, for 2 of us, yeah, but if you had a family of 4,
Still,
Yeah.
that's 40 patties
Yeah.
already. 40 quarter-pound patties, and I don't remember the price, but.
right, and then if you have a family of 4, then you use a bigger bag, and you package this stuff in however much meat you would use at a regular meal for your family.
Oh, and something to note, it should be frozen before you vacuum seal it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you said that or not.
Yeah, 1 to 2 hours, you want to pre-freeze 1 to 2 hours before you,
They said it works better than it being fresh meat.
right. Yep.
Plus,
So-
it takes up a lot less room in your freezer than a big box.
Yes, indeed. And, you can do that with frozen chicken, fish, whatever, so. And vegetables. However, with vegetables, they say
No onions,
that no onions and
no mushrooms.
mushrooms, nothing like that. But like broccoli and stuff like that, they naturally off gas. So it's normal to see your bag not be vacuumed, after a while because of that. So, but there you have it. So there's your helpful, handy MacGyver tip for the day to make your way through this whole coronavirus thing. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. This is not normally stuff that I do, but again, you never know what we're going to be doing next. So, and if you're not too careful, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.